Is this a keep? Looks like a keep. I could just play Dom Draft tomorrow. You think I should do that, Joe? So probably Grixis Shadow. Or, sorry, I'm in modern mode, but this is probably Blue Black Shadow. This card is good. This card's not so good. Or, sorry, this card's not so good. I could throw money at the program and get cards, I suppose. I think I'm going to stream some Dom Draft tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. Interesting. So, it's not so good. The question is, what land am I supposed to fetch this turn? And when am I supposed to cast this Brainstorm? Those are the major questions. So there's a few things going on in this deck, but it's basically a deck designed to abuse Buried Alive and Arclight Phoenix to the utmost. Interesting. Another threat? Okay. Do you think I BOT Brainstorm? This is the tough decision. Do I EOT Brainstorm? I don't think I'm going to. It's kind of close, though. Alright, that was actually a pretty good draw, I think. Sup, Wu-Tangs? I might just double snuff out right now, frankly speaking. Okay, that's actually really good. So here's what's going to happen, I think. So I can Dark Ritual. Okay, so first I can Therapy my opponent for Force. Almost if you think I should Therapy for Days. I should probably Therapy for Days, frankly. Alright. I'm going to Therapy for Days. Oh no, we don't. You're correct. Alright, well. I'm just going to Ritual Buried Alive because that would bring all of the Phoenixes back. Okay, so let me check. Brainstorm, Ritual Buried Alive, so that's 3 spells for the Arclight Phoenixes. Alright, so I'm going to attack for 9. I did not invent this deck, but I'm enjoying it so far. Alright, so do you all snuff out here? I think I'm going to just main phase snuff out both of them. Yeah. That's what I was thinking about, and I think it's correct because they didn't counter my Buried Alive, which they almost certainly would have. An effective turn 2 kill. Yeah, I think so. Shop, shop, shop. That's why I did it. Alright. I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do post-board versus that deck, but I think we're kind of set up pretty well in the matchup. I don't know. I believe that was one of the best possible draws I could have had. True names are good. I mean, yeah, I guess. Days was like actually... because intuition puts one of them into your hand. Yeah. I think I might just side in 2 true names. What do I side out? Yeah, Snuff Out is actually probably terrible versus them. Most of their threats are black. Like, Death Shadow, Gurmag Angor are both black. I think I want all of the discard in my deck still. I think it's actually pretty good versus them. just to clear out all of the surgicals and try to get my engine going. Maybe I should side up one Buried Alive, though. I don't know. K Command seems good in this deck. I'm skeptical of that because there's already a bunch of 3-drops, but... Well, the thing is, what would I shave them for? The other cards are not that terribly exciting, right? I think I'm just going to submit. Seems like I can never keep this hand. Yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. I think Fluster is secretly not that great. This hand is pretty bad. I'm just gonna ship. Alright, I'll keep. Do I want Faithless Looting? I don't think so. I think I already have 2 Buried Alives, so... Oh yeah, the Ritual into Buried Alive thing came up for us, and it was obviously super relevant. Interesting. They had a stop on their upkeep, and then they cycled. Which is funny, but not particularly relevant, so... Yeah. I think the Dark Ritual thing is actually a pretty big deal. Shadow vs. Phoenix. Yep, it is Shadow vs. Phoenix. Legacy Classic? Yep, you are correct. Huh. Alright. First question, do I therapy? Second question, what do I name? Phoenix is twice the cost of Force of Will. I think I am going to therapy. I'm going to get a non-basic because I'm already soft to Wasteland as it is, so... I'm going to name Death Shadow. I think that is probably correct. It's also a card they could potentially have in their hand. You know they don't have a Delver because they probably lead with Delver over Thoughtseize. Woo! Is that good? If so, why? Spoiler, it was good. If they force, they know about this day's shop. I think that's correct for them not to force. They knew about the days. Running the force into the days, I think, is pretty awful, right? Like, I don't really see how you can win if you do that. They choose to shuffle. Meyer, go. Thoughts on a new Lavinia. Seems like it breaks Vintage in half, and I don't understand what it's going to do in other formats. I'm not sure it does that much in other formats, but it's definitely, like, broken in Vintage. Good news for us is our opponent's not doing anything. Do I just Ritual cast a Phoenix? I kind of want to do that. Is that crazy? Ponder Shuffle, do nothing. No, I think Shroud admits Storm is not that great right now. For what it's worth. I'm thinking about casting his Phoenix. I don't know if that's crazy. You'd win more if you didn't play fetches. What do I... Well, that plan sucks for Surgical if I expect them to have Surgical. I don't really want to do that. Max is a great point, actually. They just snap, let it resolve. Screw it. We're going to go for the greedy play. I think they F6'd. You shouldn't really F6 here. Or I'm about to get blown out. No! Dang. I really shouldn't have done that. Alright. Alright. I found it. That is good. By the way, all y'all who have Amazon Prime and aren't using it, you can use it to sub to me after that brutal play. I need some ointment for that burn. That was a yikes if I saw one. I just want to open chests. That's not true whatsoever. Chests force you to open Yargles. Yargle, Glutton of Urborg treasure. That play was probably bad. I should have just cast the Phoenix. I could have put 3 Yargles in our graveyard. Possibly. Yeah, super punished. Because this turn I could have had Therapy them, Ritual, Phoenix. Flashback to Therapy off the... Oh no, I wouldn't have the Ritual in my hand, so... I don't know. I think my hand was... My play was greedy, though. There's nothing good to Buried Alive for. Yeah, but then we don't have to play Buried Alive, right? I have Young Pyromancer still, Tim. Like, I think Pyromancer is pretty legit still. I mean, we're probably going to die to the Shadow before any of that happens because I don't have anything in my hand, but... Well, the problem is you can only Buried Alive for creatures, and I want to draw all of my creatures. No, that's not what Buried Alive does. It's not triple Entomb. Yeah. Max, learn your cards from... the original is from, what? Tempest? I think the original is from Tempest. Could be wrong, though. Weatherlight. Ah, I was wrong. Well, I'm dead, but I'm gonna look at their hand first. I see! That's funny. Alright. That is really funny. The problem is my deck is not very well set up for this. I'm just gonna submit. Really, the plan is to try to shred their hand. There are 8 discard spells. So far, the match has lasted like... Oh, I guess it's lasted a total of 9 turns so far. Or 16. 7 times 2 plus 2. I don't know. It's lasted a few turns. But... I'll cut 1 for 1. It's good with Cabal Therapy, I guess, is an upside to it. Maybe I can cut 1 Phoenix. Grixis Buried Phoenixes is what I nicknamed it. You could hypothetically build a black-red version, but I think these blue cards are good enough that it's worth it. I do have another version that I might try after this week, but... maybe that's true. I don't know. I really don't know yet. I would need to test more to figure it out. Really, I'm playing this deck because I think it's really goofy looking. I don't know if it's actually good or not. I think you want to have the option to cast your Phoenixes. I think Snare Thopter is actually a reasonable card at times. I'm going to keep, but it's definitely close. Plan is to ponder into a land. I think. It's pretty good. I'm trying to figure out how I want to stack these. Kind of feel like I'd rather just draw the Pyromancer and Tarn. Is Twitch messed up for anyone else? Someone answer Kanaksai. He's a dear friend of the stream. Are you secretly Santa and Fisio? Boss you. You don't have access to any emotes. Sounds like you might have to reboot. I don't know. They took Buried Alive. That's a good sign. Oh. But can people still watch me play Magic? That's the real question. Nice. You can watch. JW Hollow, I appreciate it. So apparently 36 minutes ago, Gristle Brandon 13 followed. If you're here, thank you for the follow. Well, I am glad that this didn't die. So you don't have days. I'm still gonna lead with Brainstorm, I think. I think going wide versus this deck is really, really, really good. Do I just looting Ritual? Put a land away. Looting Ritual was pretty bad versus Thoughtseize, but they took the Buried Alive with Thoughtseize, which indicates they don't have Surgical, I think. They could have obviously drawn it since then, but like Thoughtseizing the Buried Alive indicates they don't have Surgical to me, right? And also if this fails, it's not even that bad of a fail rate, so I think I'm going to do it. I think the universe where they have Surgical is pretty unlikely, so I'm going to just jam. They might fluster or something, I don't know. So how many spells have they cast? Brainstorm, looting. So if they fluster, I can Dark Ritual to pay for the Fluster Storm. Which would be pretty good, I think. It's also pretty good. So I guess I'll lead with Therapy. If they Surgical me, it's not even that bad, like... Yeah, I'm gonna name Death Shadow. Oh, they're so dead. They're actually really, really dead. It's kind of amazing. I'm gonna Therapy them for... Which of my creatures can attack? None of those can attack. Do I want to trade that for that? Not really. So if I Therapy them, they daze, but that's okay. So... Well, no. If I Therapy them... Oh, no. They'll just Stubborn Denial, right? Actually, if I was going to Therapy, I should have Therapied pre-combat. That was a punt. Yeah, I'll force the trade. I'm going to force the trade and still try to Therapy them. I don't know. I'm going to let... Hopefully White Faces shows up and answers a bunch of the questions. I actually think I might not just... I just might not Therapy. Like... Yeah. Screw it. You can do whatever you want. This is 9 damage. Yeah, I messed up. I was supposed to Therapy sacrificing an elemental pre-combat. It forces a Stubborn Denial. So they kill a token. I have 8 damage on board. Probably am supposed to kill this just in case if something bad happens. They still have the days, so I'm supposed to play a land first. Both of these cards are sufficiently dead that I think it's okay. So the best land to leave up, I think, is blue-black because of Ponder and Thoughtseize and Therapy. I'm going to discard these two. So I'm going to deal 4 to Liliana and deal 4 to opponent. Because putting them at 1 doesn't really serve much point, I think. I'm just going to Therapy sacrificing a token, naming days, then I'm going to Thoughtseize them. Because this is effectively checkmate right here that I might as well just empty their hand of real cards. Days, Brainstorm, Delta. So I'll Thoughtseize the Brainstorm and leave them with nothing really. Looks good to me. Nice, 1-0 so far. That was my first match with this deck. That was kind of exciting. Still gonna keep. I'm gonna just Thoughtseize and then play a Strix and then go from there. Obviously this hand's soft to a few things, but I don't think you can actually mulligan it. I'm gonna stream until probably about 10 Eastern, maybe a little bit shorter or longer depending on how long the leagues go. Okay. Interesting. What am I supposed to take here? Do I care about the Mother of Runes? I actually think I do. Was that a Greenwich time? That's +6, right? I'm gonna take the Mother of Runes because of Mana Curve, I think. Nah. I'm skeptical that they were supposed to do that. Now I'm gonna name Thalia. Where does it end? 1, 2, 3, 4. Revoker doesn't really do anything versus me, so. So I can Therapy for Mirran Crusader next turn. They're probably going to name Jace, because this looks like Grixis control, but the Cabal Therapy should give them some pause, I think. Oh, that also makes sense for them to name, actually. I don't think I need 2 Dark Rituals in my hand. So I'm going to put those 2 back and probably fetch for a Volk. And probably I could also Ritual Thoughtseize myself, but that doesn't seem particularly good. Alright. I think I'm just going to Therapy them for a Mirran Crusader. Okay, that is good for me. Do I want to trade damage? I think I do. I think I'm going to win the race because of Arclight Phoenix. Yo, Goat314, thanks for the follow. Playing some Legacy. Vile Plains. So, your hand's likely not very good, but find out for sure. Ooh, that's pretty good. So I guess I'm gonna lead with that. Yeah, I'm gonna lead with that. Do I care about the Strix or the Phoenix? I don't think I care about the Thoughtseize. I think it's likely they have nothing good in their hand. So I'm gonna go looting, ponder. I'm just gonna discard these two and see what I draw off ponder. Yo, Min, thanks for the follow or the refollow. So now here's what I can do. I can ritual into flashback looting, discarding another Phoenix. Min, do you want me to open a treasure chest for you? No. Alright. Thank you. I appreciate your continuing support. Get a Volk. Flashback looting. Maybe we'll hit another Phoenix. That would be pretty good. Nah, but that's okay. I don't know if they can beat 7 points a turn with their Caracas in hand. Alright, so there was actually a very small amount of merit to leaving one of the creatures back because of GT. Because then that would force the trade, but fortunately they didn't have GT. So this port doesn't do much here, which is pretty nice for me. I'm gonna lead with Strix, see what I draw. Ooh, that is phenomenal. Okay, we kind of just have it all, you know, which is kind of great. Alright, 7, yeah, again, you go to 5. Yep, Brainstorm. Yeah, I don't know, maybe there's something to this Brainstorm card, you know? Yeah, here. I am going to side in Lily on the last open this matchup, obviously. Sure. That is fine. 17 minutes of Cardist stew? What is that? Should I know what that means, stew? I'll float a blue. Always float. Never not float. Still going to my draw step. Brainstorm. So I can Buried Alive and daze my Buried Alive. Paying 1 off the fetch. Looks good to me. I need to hold control. Gotta be careful about that. Alright. I did not design this list. I just got it from a friend, so I'm just playing it straight up. I don't know what to do with the deck right now, so... Yeah, Probe would be phenomenal in this deck, I think. I think Daze is pretty atrocious versus them, actually. True Name's pretty good. A Braid's okay. The question is, how reliant on the graveyard do I want to be? I think we can realistically beat them with a fair draw. So, but I'm going to leave in the Phoenixes just to cast the Snare Thopters. So I'm going to side out 2 Buried Alives. Maybe another. So I'm just planning on playing a fair game. Tim, do you think this deck is dumb? This is not nearly as dumb as Blackguard Reanimator, for what it's worth. Yeah. I do like... Actually, Ritual into Liliana is a very real thing, though, right? I'm not going to do that. I think I might just side out Thoughtseize. Does that sound crazy? Thoughtseize might be worse than Dark Ritual. Black Red Reanimator is a deck I played in the PT. It turned one Gristlebrands through Force of Will a reasonable amount of the time. Maybe I'll shave one Dark Ritual. The thing is, Dark Ritual is actually really good with March Casualties too. So I'm hesitant to cut it. I may just cut 2 Thoughtseize, I think. I think the Ritual letting you get around Thalia is good. I'm gonna keep. Okay. That was a pretty good draw. Is it not? What list is it? Thought I put up the right one. Check now, please. Sorry about that. I think I messed it up slightly. What do I want to do here? I think I want to play my fetch and say go. I don't know. It's probably like 15%, 12% to do that. Okay, this seems good for me. Do you all play the Pyromancer here? Serious question. Or I think I just want to Brain Therapy Swords. The problem is I expose my land to Wasteland that way, but maybe that's an acceptable thing to do. Alternatively, I actually have a better plan. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end step Brainstorm, untap, play Pyromancer Therapy. Do I need these Strixes? I could also Therapy into Pyromancer, I guess, but I'm giving up a creature. Actually, I probably should just untap and slam True Name, right? That seems like the actual best play. Yeah, that's actually the best play, I think. I suspect it was actually the best play to begin with, but, you know. I like playing around Wasteland when I can afford to. Just because they're doing nothing and the True Name's going to kill them so quickly. Yo, what's up, Keith? I'm not shook. I just think my play is correct. That's pretty good too. The other land insulates me from Wasteland even more. Alright, now I'm going to Therapy them for Plow, I think. This is like pretty ideal, I think. Do I want to Ponder first? Probably do, actually. Yo, Bear with 2 guns, thanks for the 50 bits. Ooh, we could also just... I think I would actually rather have the Ponder, given how many lands I have in my hand. We're 1-0. We're up a game versus Taxes, so this is looking good, in my opinion. I'm going to Therapy for Plow, because it's a very likely card for them to have in hand. Plow, Thalia, Rest in Peace are all very likely cards. Ooh, and we whiff. That's fine, though. I think I'm going to get the Jite. Opponent is stuck on 1 land. I think I'm supposed to flashback for Jite. They did not mulligan. They just kept. Chooses play first, keeps the hand. Yeah, I do not believe their keep was correct, but you know, I'm not the boss of them. No. Turn 1 was Plains, Mother of Runes, say go. Their hand probably had the 2-drops in it, a bunch of 2-drops. I'll just erase that one. Yeah, I got to set up forever, which is nice. Not having to worry about anything is really, really great versus that deck. Ooh, how am I so far behind on time? Thalia, that's okay. I don't really care about that anymore. Like, obviously it is relevant, but it's not that relevant. I think I'm going to look for a Marsh Casualties or Liliana. Either are pretty good here, so... Also, just making a bunch of tokens might be enough to just beat them through virtually everything. Those cards are not good. The Battle Skull is actually not an issue, for what it's worth. There's Buried Alive in this deck, but we sided out the Buried Alives. You should look at the deck list. Basically, the nut draw is like turn 2 cantrip, Dark Ritual, Buried Alive. Okay. They might get SoFi here, actually, which may end up being really annoying. Yeah. Ritual, double Buried Alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That requires 6 cards in your hand. So while I agree with you, it also doesn't seem particularly likely. Fails to bind equipment. Yep. Do they waste here? I don't think they waste, because you actually want to have mana for Vial in the Skull and equip at some point. So I could lead with looting, or I could lead with Brainstorm. Brainstorm sees more cards, so I think I'm supposed to lead with looting. It is a Callum deck. How did you guess? That's not bad as well. I think I'm just gonna put this back. Therapy them for... What's the most likely way I lose? Yeah, I'm planning on therapying twice. I guess I could keep the Pyromancer and just make even more tokens, right? But I want insurance versus flooding out, so I might just keep the looting instead. Because looting is the best anti-flood insurance, I think. Fireball. What's their hand? It's just those 3, right? I'll just get another non-basic because I'm exposed to everything anyways. I'm going to therapy the SoFi. Young Pyromancer is still a really good card. That's what I'm actually learning. Right. So their hand is just a bunch of vanilla creatures. Soon we can attack with all of our creatures. Soon. Just not yet. So I shuffled with the fetch, so I don't know what's on top, so next turn I just take a draw. They can Flicker Wisp. I guess they can Recruiter. I don't even know what they could get here that's actually very good. Palashander is not good. Orzhov Pontiff would be good, actually. I really hope they don't have Orzhov Pontiff. I just thought about that. Maybe I was supposed to take the Recruiter. Alright, good. Only Flicker Wisps. A Pontiff would be GG, I think. Realistically, I think I was actually supposed to play around that by taking their Recruiter. Kind of late for that, but I think I was. Alright, if they attack, I'm just going to triple block and force the Mom activation. Nope. Oh man, look at... Pontiff would be so unbelievable here. Yeah, I should have left them with one equipment and played around the possible splashed Pontiff off Aether Vial and Cavern. I don't think it's particularly likely, but it's worth. I think it's like really the only way I could lose, right? 1, 2, 3. Don't have enough mana to do both. What happens if I attack with all my creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They block 1, 2, 4 of those. So that it's 5. That's 8 damage. That's not particularly great. I can, and I think I'm supposed to. I was debating actually. I cannot do both because they'll just Mother of Runes. Oh, I guess it's actually good for me if they Mother of Runes. Naming black. I don't know. Kind of think it doesn't matter what I do, actually. I think I'm just going to attack with that and say go. Maybe I was supposed to cast the looting to make 2 more creatures, actually. I don't know. Other planes, and this is their hand. Still Pontiff, still is game winning. Hope they don't have Pontiff still. I really don't think they can have Pontiff because they would have Pontiff to me last turn. Yeah, Jacob, I think I do need one more hit with True Name. They got a Revoker. Okay. That is fine. What's up, Arcane? Yep, I do like that Plains. I use Kangaroo or Great Wall ones IRL, but I do like that Plains. Let's take 3. How many blockers do they have? 1. Ha! 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 Opponent, you were not ready for this one. Ha! 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 It costs 6 exactly, and I have 6 lands. Oh, poor opponent. I actually feel sort of bad based on how big of a beating this card is. Oh. If you click on the Cardboard Live link, you can see the deck list, Arcane. We're 2-0 currently. And both were Vile Banalish Marshal. A lot of their creatures still die, Zach. That's the good part. Like, all of their X1s still die. I wasn't trying to use the one time, Jacob. That's the silly part of that, you know? Yeah, Stoneforge lives. The rest of their stuff is forced to block and die, really, so I think we still probably win. I mean, realistically, what would happen is they would Violin the Marshal, use Mother of Rune's name Red, and then I would attack them for like 1,000 damage. 2-0 deck is unbeatable. Oh, this deck is something, alright. It is certainly something. Arcane, yeah, Whitefaces sent me the one of the lists he was playing, so just give me one busted turn 1 multi-Phoenix roll before I head to gym. No promises. No promises. Do we have a opinion on the new spoilers? Lavinia looks great. The blue-green Instant Speed Explorer looks fine. Don't really know what else to tell you, frankly, besides those. That is correct. Chop, chop, chop. If we were playing like Lotus Petal or Spirit Guide, we could, but I think those cards are just too bad. You hear? Yeah, I thought about playing some of like the modern-esque cards, but I think Cabal Therapy makes way more sense. This is a keep. I'm gonna fetch Battle. Actually, I guess I fetch Underground Sea off of what's in Mire. According to Whiteface's, that card was not great in the deck. Brainstorm, Plow. I think I'm just going to take the Plow. So their Esper Stoneblade, Underground Sea gives it away, I think. I'm taking the Plow is correct and trying to work them with the Pyromancer. Okay. I'm just gonna jam the Pyro. Hope it doesn't die on their turn. If it does, that's a good beat. If it doesn't, well, I'm in pretty good shape then. Wow. Alright, good beats. That was a good draw. Very good draw. I'm actually gonna lead with Brainstorm then. So I can Thoughtseize. I'm gonna put this Snuff Out back and probably one of the Ponders. So I can Thoughtseize, Ritual Buried Alive, and they're in pretty bad shape, I think. What's their hand? Yo, White Faces, why didn't you raid? Bro, you could have sent your viewers here. Yeah, that's okay. No Terminus! Woo! No Terminus! We're 2-0 so far. There might be something to this deck, I don't know. Brainstorm. 3 Phoenix on turn 3 is good enough. Thank you, Elite. Let's see. It appears to be Esper Stoneblade. The Wasteland ponders or give it away. I'm gonna... I think I'm just going to not change my deck very much. Might side out some of Dazes. I wonder if I want to braid for the equipment or not. The problem is I'm not 100% sure they're Esper Stoneblade because we didn't really see that much. Like we saw Brainstorm, Ponder, Plow. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that. But it's hard. It's kind of hard to tell. I might just shave one Buried Alive for a True Name postboard. I don't know if that's crazy. This card also does not seem great, but we'll go like this, I guess. Esper with Waste? Oh, maybe that's what it is. That would actually make a lot of sense, Rancor 90. So it plays Wasteland for Boseiju, I guess is the theory. In which case, if that is actually the deck, I want these Lilianas then. I don't know. It's so hard to tell what's actually going on because we've seen so few cards from our opponent. Like, they have informational advantage. Obviously, we won the first game, but now they know exactly what we're up to and we have no idea what they're doing. So I sort of have to guess in the dark. I think I'm going to hedge slightly and side in the Lilianas. They're really good with Dark Rituals still. Keeping it pretty close to the main. I think it's okay to shave like a few of these. So maybe something like that. I'm not really fundamentally changing my deck. I just think Snuff Out is likely to be not great. Liliana of the Veil. I don't know. You can ask White Faces. So I think it's a keep. The question is, how do you want to play this hand? The problem is you're sort of vulnerable to a few things here. All right, that makes sense for them to have in post board. Swamp. Do I just swamp Thoughtseize? Or do I swamp Ritual Liliana? I think that those are the possible plays. Would you Thoughtseize or Liliana here? Yeah, I think I'm gonna fetch the swamp because we saw Wasteland. This is why I shaved on Buried Alives. I think it's just so easy for them to attack this sort of game plan post board search. So it looks Miracle-esque to me, is my take on this. That was a phenomenal draw. I actually think maybe I just double Thoughtseize. Yeah, I think double Thoughtseizing is probably correct. The question is, what land do I get next? That's a nice hand you have over there. I think I'm gonna just take Containment Priest and then Thoughtseize Jace. The Pyromancer play would have worked out pretty well actually, but I think if I just take all of their things that interact with my board, they can never win. So I think I'm going to take the Containment Priest and Jace. The question is, what land do I get? I think I'm going to get... Can I get an untapped Crumbling Necropolis? I think I'm actually supposed to get Badlands, though. Untapped Crumbling Necropolis would be really good. I'm just going to say that. Yep, that was my exact reasoning I got to. Yep, because Liliana is close to winning the game by itself. Honestly, these cards are the reason to shave on that package. Right, we drew a land, that's fine. I can still slam my Pyromancer, which is kind of nice. That is awkward. It's -7. No! Oof. That sucks a lot, actually. That's like the worst of all worlds for me. It's not that bad, but it's kind of bad. Okay. Maybe they'll just Snapcaster Surgical during my upkeep. Yep, a discard spell would be phenomenal. I hope I draw one. This sucks. Alright, hopefully we're still okay. I still think the Badlands was probably correct. Only because we had the Pyromancer in our hand, but it made the decision really, really tough. I think I would have still used the Surgical if I was them on the Thoughtseize. Just leave the Dark Rituals in as bad draws. I guess the Thoughtseize are kind of bad draws now that they're Hellbent too, so I don't know. Maybe this was correct. They left on top. I don't like it when they leave on top. We're probably still fine. I mean, I don't think we're in great shape, but I think we're fine. Mentor would suck here. Should probably bluff Pyroblast, actually. Even though... Okay, that's a good sign. I should have actually ran the numbers on how many blue cards versus red cards. But we did have the Pyromancer in our hand, which made the Badlands make sense. So I think it's probably correct to get Badlands. Obviously, it looks really shitty here, but whatever. Well, now they can cast it, but... Yeah, maybe that was the punt, actually. Maybe I was supposed to just take the counterbalance instead of the Jace. But it just felt like... I think another C? Okay. I think that's an indication that they don't have Council's Judgment in their deck, I think. Or they have Vindicate in their deck. Yeah, I'm just debating the alternative lines that could have happened. It looks like this Lily ult still might be good enough. I don't know. It's looking that way. Flusterstorm, okay. Virtual Hoviana. Watch them have like Into the Royal or some shit. Time to just hope the zombie horde is good enough. I think it probably will be. It takes a lot of work to beat this. The way you can beat this is with like EOT Terminus into Mentor, cast a bunch of cantrips. Gonna get stifled. Too late for that, Max. I haven't gotten stifled yet. That would have been the fastest stifle I would have seen in the universe. Like, literally the fastest stifle I've seen. It would be, like, slam dunk, like, boom! That loud. That would have been a good time for stifle. I will not disagree, though. Also, who needs spells? Do they still have the surgical ones in their hand? No, what the hell was in their hand? I think those are still... I mean, we have plenty of spells. They're just not castable. Discard that. Ain't no one got time for Arclight Phoenix anymore. So if there was an advantage bar, where would y'all place it right now? Where would y'all place it? Ooh, White Faces, thanks for the sub, friend. Would you like me to open a chest for you? Advantage bars are loose. But they're so delicious. Why would you say they're loose? It's been out for a while, but that's okay. I'm just gonna get Basic Island and play Baleful Strix, I think. I want to preserve my spells for Phoenix. And we dodged the one! Alright, you got it. I've seen Honorog beat an emblem versus Reed the Duke. This is hypothetically a way you could beat this. It's not going to be easy for them, but it's okay. Open we teamed. He beat like 4? Yeah, you need a very specific sequence of cards, but 1 bottom, 1 top. Alright, I'll leave with Brainstorm. Yep. That's fine. The main difference is Reed was empty-handed. That is true. Just put it on the sink. I hope not. That would suck. We still have plenty of zombies and they're down to 2 cards. So I think we can run them out still. Yep. Whoops. Yep. I need to basically find a ritual. I guess I get a bulk. Ritual. Yikes. Okay, well, I guess I'm not doing any of that. It's okay. We still have... Yes, we only have 3 blockers, but I obviously cannot attack. But they only have 1 card in hand. So I can set up some... Oh no, we have 4 blockers. So I can actually set up some double blocks, which should be good enough. AK finds 2 cards. That's fine. They can't attack with Mentor. I can place a zombie on each of those and sort of reset their clock. So that's okay. Huh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1. This forces them to have 2 plows to really punish me. Just 2 cantrips is not enough. And this is not lethal. So this is probably the correct play, I think. They would need 2 Swords of Plowshares for it to be really punishing. And they can only deal 12 damage at most, so I think this is fine. I wonder if that's happening. That would be really awkward. So they don't know their top card. So if I still... I guess I'm supposed to ponder. Well, okay. I think I'm supposed to Strix now. Well, yeah, now I can't do that, though, so... That was extremely annoying, actually. Swap 3 blockers, and they'll have 3 attackers that get through. So I'm still not dead unless they have 2 cantrips. Oh, Lily is better than Strix there. Man, I can't believe I'm going to lose this game. Mentor is a messed up card, though, is the real answer of why I'm losing this game. Lily was better than Strix there, you are correct. But it looks like I'm going to get overkilled by so much that it doesn't really matter. Alright, I'm going to concede with that on the stack. Man, that was unbelievable, actually. It's okay, though. Brainstorm is a real offender. Sort of. I wonder if I'm supposed to have Fluster in my deck. Oh, Damon, thanks for the 100 bits. Manalus Scrixus. Yep, that's true. I'm gonna leave it be. I don't think I actually want Fluster. I'm gonna keep. Yes, that's Squee. I discussed that play at one point. Putting 61 cards in their deck, that's probably not correct. I'm going to say probably because obviously I cannot see their hand. No thanks. That was good. I'm going to Thoughtseize. If they Fluster, that's okay. Interesting. So, yeah, Rancor, that might have been also the game-losing play, but I thought about it for a bit. That might have been the real mistake as well. plus to Lily one more time. I thought about that, Pat J, but I think it's so dangerous to do that when they have Council's Judgment in their deck, as you can see right here. Can take the Force. I think I'm going to lead with Therapy to see what exactly we're up against. It's probably going to name Swords to Plowshares. So that's going to go, that's going to go. Nice, so now I can cast Looting freely. I don't think I need that land. I think I'm just going to Thoughtseize their Judgment, and then Therapy Jace next turn. So the reason to do it in that order, well, I couldn't play around them top decking that, but this is probably going to be okay still. I'm just going to Therapy the Jace and attack for 3 and hope they don't draw anything good. Obviously this could get out of hand, but I can't really do anything about it. That was like probably one of the better cards for them to top deck. So I'm leaving the Therapy because now if I draw a Buried Alive, I can go like Brainstorm, Buried Alive, Flashback Therapy, and make a bunch of Phoenixes. Okay, so do they snap Plow? Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Well, sort of. It looks like we might get dunked on instead. Huh. I thought the Phoenix was going to die. Whatever. Maybe I'll just Brainstorm into Buried Alive. That's pretty good too, actually. What do I plus on? Probably Snapcaster Rage. Maybe the Monk is better to plus on, actually. Monk? Yeah. Yep, the plan was to leave it back to block one of these two. If they draw exactly Swords to Plowshares, it'd be really sad. Plow or Snap is really saddening for us. What? I feel like, not to complain, but that was unbelievable. Am I about to complain a slight amount? Alright. Jeez. I'm generally anti-complaining, but that was horrible. I'm gonna Brainstorm. I don't think we have to. Yikes. We're dead now, I think. Oh, I should have brainstormed off Volk. You're right. I didn't think about it. Now what do I want to do? So next turn I think I want to Flashback Looting. So I should actually keep the Daze in my hand to Daze Potential Mentor off the top. I think it's the actual answer. I've been LSV'd by literal LSV before. It's not pleasant either. Yo, thanks for all 94 viewers hanging out. That second Snapcaster was a big yikes. I think if we just have a one more turn, it's so hard for our opponent to win. It's like kind of unreal. I really hope that doesn't happen. Should I just trade for the Monk token? What do y'all think? Probably am supposed to. Like, we're pretty far behind in the damage race. This is kind of bad. You think I attack? What if I just flashback looting? Alright, I'm gonna daze this. I'm actually gonna flashback looting, I think, right? We'll lead with looting. So I can discard. Well, if they attacked with Mentor, I would block the Strix on the Mentor, right? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 showing. A single cantrip is only 11. So if I attack, that puts them to 10. So I guess I am supposed to attack, right? So I'm actually supposed to discard the Pyromancer then? Hold on. So I have to draw looting into... Wait. I can't even play 3 spells this turn, right? I've only played Faithless Looting, right? Writ Therapy myself, but then what? Well, no, but then think about how many cards I'm going to have in my hand, right? I'll have 0 cards in my hand. How am I supposed to Buried Alive into that, right? Doesn't that just not work? So I actually have to play a land, say go, I think. No, my point is, if I make that play, how do I win? I'm not going to have any cards in my hand. I'll have a single 3-2. There are no bolts. I mean, I just don't understand what the plan is if I actually make this play. Right? If we go empty hand, we can draw a cantrip into Buried Alive, Flashback Therapy for 3 spells. Well, what does drawing another Phoenix do? Doesn't that, like, actually do nothing? Right. Well, let me think about the cantrip into Buried Alive. Cantrip Buried Alive. I guess that is actually the play, right? Okay, that actually makes sense. It's not very high odds to work, but there's not really... I'm going to just name bonus round. Because why not? What's up, Autumn? We're playing a terrible, terrible deck. Hashtag. It's not actually that bad. We got pretty unlucky to lose this one. Alright. Well... This is 11 damage. We've been... hit for 6? Where's the 6 coming from? Okay, well... That's just outrageous. If you watch that VOD, we got basically nutted on... Our opponent was Hellbent, and turn 4 through 7, they just drew the best card possible. If you go back and watch the VOD. I don't like complaining, but it was pretty outrageous. We were like probably an 80% favorite, and then we went to dead. Ritual Therapy, Buried Alive? Alright. Seems good. I'm gonna probably Therapy for Force. Yo, Soved Juret, thanks for the follow. This is some Eric Landon shit right here. This is like an Eric Landon hand, in my opinion. Fun hand. I think I just get a basic. Even if they force this, I don't really care. Like, then they're down a force and a card, and the next turn we can basically do the same thing again, so it's fine. This is going to be like some Pox player with main deck Surgical. I can just feel it now. I can just feel it. Then I'm going to be really sad. Like, no! What? Who concedes there? They actually don't know what I'm doing still, so that's good. Like, actually, who concedes to... They probably do think I'm on Storm. The awkward thing is a lot of people side in Graveyard Hate. Yes. White faces, I was about to make that point. People just side in Graveyard Hate even when they shouldn't. Just because, like, stuff. Yeah. I'm going to side in some true names just to hedge for that. It might be wrong, but I don't know. It doesn't cost us that much to hedge a little bit, I think. I can also just cast the Phoenixes. I'm going to leave the Snuff Outs because we don't actually know what's going on, but, you know, so heavy. No, it could be like Eldrazi Stompy Shop, Shop, Shop. It could just literally be any Stompy deck. Right? Like a Stompy deck on the draw would probably keep, and we would do that, and they would probably concede, right? I still find it puzzling that they conceded because, like, they don't know they're dead, right? I don't know. That's felt really suspicious to me. D&T. Well, if this is D&T, this is a good hand. Could be a combo deck. Basic Island Go. Alright. Perfect. I'm going to use the fetch because literally all my other lands are... don't do anything. Could be the Stasis deck. Alright. Well, this hand's actually pretty good versus combo. All things considering, like... This hand's actually just legitimately fine versus everything, and if I draw to Buried Alive next turn, I can go nuts. It is Storm. Okay. Let's see. Why did my... Wait, hold on. Can't Storm win? Literally, Storm is one of the decks that can beat 3 Phoenixes on turn 1. That's just so sick. Why would they do that? In any case, what do you think I take here? Let's see. Ritual. Suppose they have an Infernal Tutor on top of their deck. They go Cabal. 3, 2, 1. Maybe I still just take LED. Like, their limitation is mana, right? Yeah, I think LED is correct. I was just working it out. Yes, I think that is probably true. Beers SC. Or BRSC. The question is... Problem is I can't really therapy this turn because it's going to be so hard to know what to name. And they're likely to just cast their Brainstorm anyways. So I think I'm just going to go Go. Maybe that's dumb, actually. Maybe I am supposed to therapy. What do y'all think? Am I supposed to therapy or not? Yeah, I'm going to therapy. I'm just going to have to try to get into their mind. Yeah, I don't know why they kept the LED in their hand. Dark Ritual Therapy, they'll scoop. I'm not going to rely on that Beers SC. That seems like an unwise plan to rely on. Just saying. They let the therapy resolve. I think I'm just going to name... because there is a bunch of redraws that would make that not want to be the play. Also, I'm siding in all my Buried Alives in next game. WRin94, thanks for the follow. I don't know. It was an interesting position. So My feet are freaking freezing here. I still am in shock that they conceded game 1 from that board state. Like, I'm truly in shock. Yeah, I could wear socks. Squeak Goblin Naboo, thanks for the follow. Bronson 190, also thank you for the follow. Squee's actually a really good card in UMA draft, in my opinion. Yo, what's up, Schultz Cubed? We're playing some Grixis Buried Alive Phoenixes. We are 2-1. IMO round 3, game 3 was horseshit, as Pakula would say. No, I don't think Squee's very good in Modern. Or Standard. Or hell, I don't think it does anything in Legacy. Well, we're 2-1 GW Hala. Round 3, game 3 was horseshit. Go back and watch the VOD at some point. Alright. So, now we get to play the game. What do they put back with Brainstorm? I'm going to pick one of the 3 cards I know about, I think. I might just roll a die. Shop, shop, shop. Mark, my teammate Mark, loves that story because he was the opponent and he already knew. Yeah, Mark had already scouted Shahar. I'll let someone else tell the story. I'm going to name Ponder. Dang. Ponder in their hand's not actually great. So that's okay. They actually probably think we're Storm. Mark was playing Sneak and Show. Ian Downing, thanks, buddy. I would appreciate that a lot. Our friends is probably like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is not generally a coherent hand for Legacy. They definitely thought it was Storm. Yeah. That's the best moment of the night right there. Phoenix Storm, yeah. So that's their hand. That's not ideal. Alright. We're probably dead now, like... if they draw Dark Ritual, they can go Dark Ritual, crack that for red, Cabal Rip, Past in Flames, and do nothing? Actually, never mind. They would need to have... JW Hall, you should click on the deck list, but the short answer is Buried Alive. This is not thresholded. Oh no, it was. I just miscounted. Never mind. Oh, I think this is lethal. No, they still have the Fluster in their hand. But they can flashback the Thoughtseize on themselves and take the Fluster Storm. It doesn't work for you currently? Oh shit. Did it break? I don't think it works on mobile. Try refreshing, I guess? Yep. Just try refreshing the stream. That might work. If it doesn't work, let me know. I'm going to side and Fluster for game 3. Now that I know actually what's going on. Okay. Well, I do not want True Name Nemesis in my deck. I'll tell you that for sure. I don't want Snuff Out either, so that's a pretty easy cut. I want this, 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 this. I'm going to pretend they don't have Empty the Warrens in their deck. I don't think they'll have it in their deck versus me. I could like hedge and side in one. I just don't think that is. Maybe I'm supposed to cut 2 Strixes for them actually. Nah, actually that seems correct. Now that I think about it. Or I could side in Echoing Truth. Couple of Crypt. Should I have Casualties or Echoing Truth then? What do you think? Echoing greater than Marsh? Yeah, probably. Okay. You're 100. Nice job, Damon. I'm only gonna have 2 Crypts in. I think the exclamation point actually broke it. Yeah, White Faces built this deck, so all Jarvis claps for him. Give White Faces a few Jarvis claps. Do not cut. Why would you cut Phoenix? How do you plan to kill him then? This hand's fairly bad, actually. I think I'm just gonna ship. I don't think this hand does anything. Yeah, ship it. I guess. This hand is not great, but it's probably within the realm of capability, I think. Nope. I do think it's actually correct to keep this hand for what it's worth. Alright. Okay, I think I'm going to take their Brainstorm. They have a bunch of mana and discard, and a Brainstorm. Alright. Your turn. I don't feel good about this game still, but at least if they flood it out, we can win. So there is that. But I think we're not in good shape, that's for sure. Okay, Mize. Okay, that one. Okay, so we're gonna sit here for a while, and neither person's gonna do anything. I don't know who that actually favors. Do you think they'll take Fluster or Buried Alive? Alright. Crypt is really good in a game like this. Yeah, I think they still probably have Ad Nauseam in their deck, though, so... Should I Therapy the Petal? Or should I just wait? What do you think? Also, why didn't they play the Petal? Alright, I'll wait. They might just duress my Therapy, which is fine. Okay, so I don't know anything in their hand. Nice. This does not seem like a game I should feel good about. I should have actually considered casting Therapy that turn. Whoops, that was a mistake. Because now if I draw land... actually no, I guess that's fine. Alright, nice. Get to do something. I think I'm supposed to get C probably, right? I hope this Daze is somehow going to be good enough. Yeah, I basically need one red source, right? And everything else should be like a blue-black source. Uh-oh. No, don't do it! Don't do it! They could. That is definitely a possibility. I'm just saying don't do it because, like, you know, I think their hand is probably trash, though. Okay, that was actually pretty good. We'll attack and cast 2 Cabal Therapies and hope that their hand is actual trash. So what do you name with therapy here is the real question. Tutor? 1, 2. That doesn't make sense. They would have just tutored for ad nauseam and cast it, I think, last turn. Right? It's actually almost impossible for their hand to be a tutor, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, -2. I'm gonna name Dark Ritual. I could also name Fluster, but I don't know. Yeah, like literally the tutor would have happened last turn, I think. Okay. I'm just gonna empty their hand. Command? So now they have a Chain of Vapor. I think I'm gonna just therapy the chain as well. Yep. I'm on it, boss. They should have cast it on the Pyromancer, in my opinion. It buys them 2 life next turn. There's no reason not to cast it, right? On unsummon? Yeah, that's why I'm taking all of their cards. I agree. So now if they draw Tutor and go ad nauseam, we can daze. Okay. Oh, I guess it's true stacks. Never mind, you're correct. Okay, nice. That was actually good too. Think I shuffle? I don't think these cards actually do anything, right? How many discard do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 5 left? Yeah, I don't think those are good enough. Well, that's not good either, but that's okay. I'm going to save the land in my hand in case if I draw looting. Why would I play the land? Interesting. Okay. So I guess they probably thought we were a Reanimator. Okay. I think I'm actually going to end... no. Never mind. I'm going to save this because if I draw Buried Alive, it's lethal, right? Ritual, Buried Alive, daze my Buried Alive, pay. Well, if they don't draw anything good forever. Yikes. They chose to shuffle, that's a good sign. That's a bad sign. I didn't cite out any cantrips, right? It's my chess rating. I don't know anymore. Probably. I don't really play chess anymore, so. So, serious question is, do I blind therapy this turn? They would just crack the pedal, right? I think taking away the pedal doesn't do much. The real question is, should I ritual and flashback therapy off the ritual? What do y'all think? Alright, things are getting dangerous though. I think it's actually likely their last card is not good. Mostly because if it was good, I think we died to virtually all good cards on that turn, right? Like, it can't be a tutor because the same thing would have happened still. Hey, that is nice. Yeah, I agree. I think just doing our thing there probably doesn't accomplish that much. They might have like a bunch of... Ooh, that's kind of nice. I think I just put these two back and just annoy them with all my disruption, right? Yep, I can truth the LEDs in therapy and then fluster their fluster to force them to... Actually, flustering their fluster doesn't really work. Never mind. But I'm going to put these two back, I think. Gonna do it now. Yes, if they have a fluster here, they get to trade, but like whatever. That's always gonna trade with that going truth here. Personally, I was a fan of refuel and therapy back in the day, but I think I told you that earlier. Chain paper. Guess that makes sense. Do I daze this to make another token? There are phoenixes. Look at the deck list. Why don't you click on the deck list before saying things? I'm gonna daze to make a token. Well, how do I play that? Oh, okay. Don't think the clock changes? Alright. Nice, their last card is Bayou. So I think they're mostly dead. I know my top card. Yeah, it's bad. Always sees. Actually, there I should have probably gotten Volcanic now that I think about it. Oh, maybe. Never mind. Maybe I did goof. I think we're okay. I can't really foresee them getting out of this, realistically. And also, I can just set up lethal like this, right? I mean, obviously I top decked that, but I think there were a lot of cards I could have just drawn to set up lethal, so it's okay. Do I play around another Chain of Vapor? Okay, I guess I didn't have to answer that question. I was considering dazing making another token. To have 3 tokens, put them to 1. I guess that probably doesn't actually accomplish anything, right? So never mind. Oh, thanks for the other 100 bits, Damon Whitby one. Phoenix was Phoenix. Deck is great. Deck is something alright. Oh, I have a match. I should probably click join. MZ Frost. Alright, nice. I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, I can't go for it. I can go for it next turn. So, do I just therapy brainstorm? What do you think? Or do I just wait until turn 2? I guess I just wait until turn 2, right? I can Therapy, Ritual, Dark Ritual. Just play the fetch to hide information. Badlands, I think, reveals a little bit more information than Polluted Delta does. Why you? Okay. There's a Verdant Catacombs? I'm still getting Brainstorm. I think MZ Frost Senses are towards blue decks. This looks like not a real deck. It looks like Nick Fit. Birthing Pod Nick Fit. This actually looks like Birthing Pod to me. It actually looks like Abzan Birthing Pod, aka Moor Pod. The Wall of Roots gives it away in my opinion. Yeah, that's a nice deck you got over there. I think I'm just going to let the Wall of Roots resolve. That's fine. If I daze that and snuff out that, can they win? Probably not. I know the wall doesn't have reach. I just want to cut them off mana. How would you sideboard in this matchup? I wonder if their deck has actually surgical or whatever. Baleful Strix does not seem good. Plus their Braids, TNN, Lilies. That makes sense. I'm going to shave one Buried Alive. What did I say wasn't great? Chaos Charm Communal. 2 Writ, 2 Buried, 2 Thoughtseize. That makes sense. Oh, I should cut the mismatching one. Oh, Daze can go on the draw. That's true. Leave a Thoughtseize, and the last option's kind of bad. Yeah. Turn 1 Liliana is probably pretty good in this matchup. Basically all of the Abzan-ish Birthing Pod decks pretty reliant on their mana. I'm gonna keep. Doesn't do anything broken yet, but Twisted Image would be phenomenal. Interesting. I think I'll just fetch for C and Ponder. Because I don't really know what I need yet. Or what I should name off the Cabal Therapy yet. Ideally, I would Ponder into a Thoughtseize effect. And then know for sure. Sort of like that. I'm going to bury the Thoughtseize under the Volk. And then draw their Braid last. Because then that lines up perfectly versus Birthing Pod. That is a beating. I'm just not gonna kill it, but it's actually it's not that bad as long as I don't. I just have to main phase all my stuff, obviously. So Surgical, Siege Rhino, Wall Roots. Well, I'm going to just take Siege Rhino and Therapy. Do I even have to Therapy Surgical? I guess I kind of do. Well, the problem is if they... Oh no, they have no Black Source. I can just wait. I'm going to just Ponder. Well, I'm just going to cast Ponder this turn. The question is, do I still leave the Braid? I think I do. The question is, do I snuff out the... Actually, this is kind of bad. I might just shuffle. I'm going to just shuffle. That was good. Well, I don't need to look for combo if I can just get that. This was like pretty phenomenally good, actually. Yeah. Assuming their deck doesn't have Orjo Pontiff, Pyromancer would be really, really good. Alright, that's fine. So, how do I want to do this? I would just Pyromancer Therapy for Surgical. Even if they draw Birthing Pod, it's not that bad for me, because I have their Braid lined up. Alright, that's fine. Anger of the Gods. Nah, ain't about that. Really ain't about that. Anger would be not very good in this deck. That's actually my discovery playing the modern version of the deck. Orzhov, I don't know. It's a fake word, so... I guess WotC actually has a pronunciation guide if you Google it. But yeah, Anger sucks with Arclight Phoenix so much. It's why I cut the card from the deck in the modern version. Future Marathon Arena. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of damage from the voices. I think that's okay. I'm just going to name Abandoned Raisin. It's Merit Age. Someone sent me it in the mail, an anonymous fan, which I appreciate. By the way, shout out to Cardboard Live for sponsoring the stream. I'm using the Cardboard Live extension for the deck list. Oh, Birthing Pod? Ooh, that was probably the best draw. I'm not going to snuff out in response. They get an elemental token if I do that. 2 elemental tokens. Just hope they don't have Pontiff. Alright. That's also not great for me, frankly. But yeah, if I cast Snuff out, they would just get 2 unbeatable elementals for me, and I don't think I can ever win. Alright. Something good? That was okay, all things considering. Do I lead with Brainstorm? Probably. Shoot that. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Well, I think I'm supposed to just shoot the Sin Collector and snuff out one of the Voice of Resurgences. That's okay. Shoot! I was supposed to attack first! That was so bad! Ah! Damn it. Whatever. Not attacking now, but that was not good. No Pontiff still. Please, no Pontiff. That was a punt. Yes. Damn it. Alright, actually, this doesn't kill my Liliana, so maybe it's okay. What did I leave on top? I definitely punted this game. Not gonna lie. You can haunt. It doesn't really matter. Oh, it actually does. They can use Pod to sack the haunted creature to get a Birds of Paradise. Right. Whatever. I think we're gonna lose this game, unfortunately, but c'est la vie. Because I think the correct play is to pod this into a Birds and use the haunt to kill the Strix. And they have a 3-drop in their hand, so. Or they don't have a 3-drop in their hand. Nah, I think they have a 3-drop in their hand, but. So if I attack them, then a Phoenix off the top is lethal. Or Buried Alive is actually lethal, right? Because I can Buried Alive therapy. Okay, nice. I think they would have beaten our draw this game regardless, based on how they drew, even if I didn't punt, but certainly I did not help matters, is what I'm going to say. Well, they can't pod into Rhino this turn. Most likely. They can pod into Scavenging Ooze, which might be good enough, actually. I think I've just gotten Ooze. But we'll see what they get here. I really did not like Abzan Pod when it was in Modern. I preferred Kiki Pod, because Birthing Pod was nearly always lethal. Alright, Buried Alive, please. Buried Alive! Alright, that was not it. Spike Feeder. Jeez, Mark. Alright, how would you adjust being on the play? Then we're going to just side Daze back in. And also just go more combo-y. Maybe that's bad. Kind of feel like these are not actually that great in the matchup because it just degenerates into a top deck war. Taylor Strix in a basic. No, I did not see that. That sounds hilarious though. I'm just going to try to turbo. Don't know if it's right or not. That's okay. We're learning things. Yes, I have to play first. Whatever. I think I named Birds of Paradise. I am a sniper, not ghosting. Kiki Pod killed all of its opponents when it had Pod, yes. Next turn, I'm going to therapy both kitchen things. Alright, red source, please. It's fine. Nope. Whatever. No, I want to save the Strix to flashback. Maybe that was greedy, but basically my plan was to... Oh no, I can't even double therapy anyways. Never mind, that was a punt. Alright. I think I'm going to daze that. And just therapy the Rhino next turn. Yeah, of course I'm going to daze. Birthing Pod is just like the best card in their deck. Yeah, therapy is a good card. What do I want to do with this, actually? Yes, it was literally the same opponent, Ryan. Literally the same opponent, so that's why you saw it. I'm gonna go like that. Yeah. I think not playing the Pyromancer is actually good this turn as well. So they don't have Dryad Arbor in their deck is my indication of that. Archangel of Thune. Okay. I mean, if they have Archangel of Thune, good beats. Not gonna worry about that too much. Should I play around Choke? That's a card they could conceivably have, right? I'm not going to. Change your mind. Sure. I'll name Thragtusk with my Cabal Therapy. Do I want to land? I think I do. Or I can just Therapy Surgical next turn, actually. They don't have Tusk. I thought you weren't going to tell me the deck list. Yeah, I'm going to Therapy Surgical next turn is actually the correct play, I think. Yep. I'm on it, boss. Surgical Extraction. Resto Angel. That's... somehow kind of annoying. But not that annoying. I should bury it alive first. I don't actually want to draw more Phoenixes. Well, we still get to attack for 12 through it, so it's not actually a big deal. Or, sorry, attack for 9 through it. So it's not that big of a deal. I don't need another Buried Alive anymore. So... Well, why don't you message Toph and see if you can get the list. So they have to block here. I guess they don't. Whatever. I'm going to force them. So they can actually block here and here. Take 9, go to 7. I don't know. Why didn't you think of that? That is a great question. So next turn I can just Ritual, Abrade. I can bring this back, essentially. Alright, nice. 4-1.
This channel is sponsored by Inked Gaming. Go to inkedgaming.com for awesome playmats, dice bags, and more.